Hi, welcome to my channel. This is my first Hobonichi unboxing, and hopefully it won't be the last. I will not discuss the server crash or the price increase, but you can share your thoughts in the comments. Before this unboxing, I had never seen any Hobonichi products in person. So if you are new and interested, maybe this video could be helpful. To get free shipping, you need to purchase $300 or more. I know at first it sounded insane to spend so much money on planners, but once you start adding items in your cart, the number adds up fast. Also, with a big purchase, you will get your Hobonichi box inside a shipping box, so it won't get damaged. First, I have a Hobonichi Weeks Mega in pistachio color. This graphic is a little intense, but I guess it's perfect for Halloween. The cover of this Hobonichi Weeks is wrapped in some kind of linen material. It has a nice, sophisticated touch. When I flip open the planner, the paper is a light cream color. It's soft and smooth. I see that it has yearly, monthly, and weekly pages. Even though the paper is supposed to be fountain pen friendly, the website mentions that it may not be compatible with some fountain pens or water-based ink pens. This is my first time seeing this planner, and I'm a little surprised by how small these grids are. You may have to switch out your handwriting, and those 0.7 gel pens may only be suitable for titles unless you want to write in 2 rows. Flipping through the planner, I see many interesting features, but it's slightly overwhelming. I will have to go through it multiple times before using it. I like that it does include a stick-on corner pocket, but don't put it on right away if you plan to add a clear cover. The next item is an A5 Techo. I was debating if I should get an A6 instead, but I decided to go with a bigger one because I would rather have empty space than insufficient space to write. Although I think these planners are pretty expensive, looking at the design and the packaging, I believe they are well worth the price. This 5-year planner comes in a beautiful box with descriptions and a test paper. I guess it does make sense to test out the pens I want to use since I'll be with this planner for the next 5 years. The planner itself has a faux leather cover. The design is relatively minimal. I personally prefer real leather, but I think faux leather can last at least 5 to 10 years if I take good care of it. At least this is a good quality faux leather, and the texture is quite realistic and pleasant. First time trying Hobonichi, I think I may be too ambitious to take on a 5-year planner. At my age, who knows what will happen in the next 5 years. I hope you will stick around to see me complete this 5-year planner. Recently, I lost my 16-year-old cat, and I appreciate many of you sending me supportive messages on Instagram. Life is so unpredictable, so let's hold on to every great moment when we can. Updating this every day can be challenging when I'm busy. I may want to get a list of journaling prompts so that it won't take too much time each day. Along with this 5-year texture, I also purchased their undyed leather cover. This is likely to be vegetable tan leather, and it will develop a patina once I start using it. It looks so pure and perfect that the first stain on this cover is going to be painful. Even though the price has increased since the release, I do think it's worth getting. The craftsmanship is excellent, but it doesn't have any closure. Maybe down the road, I will make an elastic band closure to go with it. However, if you plan to add many photos, the planner may end up too chunky for the cover, so it can be beneficial to plan ahead. To get the free shipping, I did get many random things to try. This is a notepad with a cover illustration by Yumi Kitagishi. It's glue on the side, so you can easily tear it out. They suggest we use this to write quick notes or shopping lists. The next item is a graph notebook with a cover by Keiko Shibata. I ended up ordering many extra notebooks to get used to the new Tomoriwo paper and figure out what pens work well. Now, looking at the cute cats on the cover, I do miss my cat dearly. This notebook has a thick and durable cover, and it has grid pages inside. The grid size is the same as the one in the texture, but bigger than the grid size in Weeks. The first time I saw these tiny grids, I was anxious about whether my handwriting would look nice. I guess it doesn't matter if I don't show them on my channel. And then I have some smaller items I order. Bubble wrap is so well made, and I think I can totally reuse it. This is a free ballpoint pen that came with the planner. After I discovered gel pens, I don't think I can go back to using ballpoint pens. I have seen people replacing the pens inside, so I may do that and turned it into a multicolour gel pen. I also bought a couple of the Deco Rush. I previously did a short on how to use it properly. You can find it on my channel. And this is a dot framed rubber stamp. I forgot to check the size. It looks smaller than I expected. It does look very well made though. I'm sure it can be useful for my Techo and Weeks. Next, I have more notebooks and accessories. I think I lost my mind when I placed my order. I got an A6 pencil board without getting any A6 notebooks or Techo. I also bought one in A5 because I really love the illustration by Yumi Kitagishi. Since I did buy a Hobonichi Weeks Mega, I went ahead and ordered another Weeks pencil board through Amazon. These are A5 Hobonichi memo pads. These have 48 pages, and they suggest that we can use these along with their planners if we need extra pages. It's the same grid Tomoriva paper inside, so you don't have to worry about changing pens. Now it's time to look at this famous Hobonichi Techo box. I heard some people collect it every year. I'm not sure how I can reuse it if I decide to keep it. I definitely don't need more stuff to take up the space in my office. I used to keep all the boxes of my bags, and they ended up taking up space and not useful. I love buying stuff, but I definitely don't want to be a hoarder. Open up the box, looks like they stack everything inside the A5 cover. I have to take them out of the box before showing the items. These are the B6 size fireside chat notebooks. I'm not sure why I bought 4 of them, probably because it was late and my mind couldn't think straight. This reminds me of my few notes. I'm sure I will find ways to use them. They come in blank, graph, dot grid, and line. They do have small design details within the pages. In addition, I also bought an A5 blank notebook that is similar to the cat's cover notebook I previously showed. I wonder if I can ever use up all the notebooks I bought. I will set a goal and see how many I end up using in 2025. And I have another graph notebook with a drawing by Dr. Tomitaro Makino on the cover. I believe they had the same design last year, but a blank notebook. If you are not into their dated planner, I highly recommend you try their notebooks. It's the same paper with a thick cover. You can absolutely design your own planner with their notebooks. Finally, here is the Hobonichi Techo 2025 in English version. Their planners are so beautifully crafted, but unless you like the look of this barebone cover and the book spine, you may want to find a cover since you will use it every day. Looking through it for the first time, I feel overwhelmed. I have never used a planner before in my life. I was never big on keeping track of things daily. The reason I wanted to get into planning and journaling was to fight the struggle I have in my personal life to prevent my mind from falling apart. Many people have had success using planners, so I want to give them a try. Last year, I did get the Moleskine planner, but I use it as my journal and random drawings. I didn't try to use it to coordinate schedules and events in my life. Hobonichi planners have more features and a better design. I think it will be helpful for me to track my plans and make lists so that my mind is not constantly overloaded. I will have to sit down to look through this a few more times to be familiar with its layout and features before I start using it in January. I haven't decided how to use it, so any suggestions are welcome. The item that I was most looking forward to seeing is this A5 texture cover with Yumi Kitagishi's illustration on it. This is made with some kind of fabric material, and it does feel durable. If you love this type of illustration, this cover is amazing. It has all these cute illustrations all over the cover. Compared to a leather cover, this is also lighter if weight is your concern. I don't usually use colorful accessories, but I find this to be adorable and I love it. Even if the Hobonichi Techo does not work for me, I can still use this cover with other A5 notebooks I have. The Hobonichi Techo fits so well in this cover. I can't wait to start 2025 with my favorite planner setup. Lastly, let's look at the free notebooks I received from buying the Hobonichi Techo and the 5-year Techo. That's the benefit of buying the planners directly from Hobonichi. You can order the items from Amazon or your local retailers, but you can only get the free pens and notebooks if you purchase directly from them. I think I'm quite lucky because these two are the more popular free notebooks they give out. I'm going to take this as a sign of good luck and 2025 will be a smoother year. As a first-timer, I'm very impressed by the design and quality. They are going to release more on October 1st, and I'm debating if I want to get those as well. Let me know what's your thoughts and thanks for watching. Bye!